point of contact, and he'll go deep.
They'll pitch it out to Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a third down. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They're on the march, but facing a third down here.
Let's get a conversion. Hey, sub. Let's go. Green, triple C. Sonny.
From the gun, Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ken Crowley. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Hey.
Here's Newton now on second down. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. First grab for Thomas. It's good for a first down as well. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Newton on first down. Being chased, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Hey, alert 3.
On second down, Kamara. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Newton. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jordan. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. From the gun, here's Newton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside at the 19. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Let's go. 20.
Throwing on third down, Newton. That's caught. It's Thomas. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, that's a tough guy right there. He knew that was going to happen. In other words, he'll have to absorb that hit. How about him securing the football, churning the legs a little bit, and gaining what he needed for a 1st down?
Well, that's the deal. On third down, these guys, they know where the sticks are. He obviously knew right there.
And if you want to be a dependable third down receiver, you've got to be willing to absorb those types of hits and make those sort of plays.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Dancing to, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brandon Copeland in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack, but he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
20.
Now Newton on 3rd and goal. Steps away to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Now, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Hey, stop.
Following the interception, Winston. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's convert. Green, Trevor, say. 550. Green, Trevor, say. Sonic.
1st down, Winston. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. A give to Jones. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. He's got Evans. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Let's convert.
The give is to Jones. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
And they try to sweep to Jones. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Clock running. The Bucs trying to go quickly and get set. Now the toss to Jones, running right. And they'll get him down right around the 16. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Working out of the gun, Winston. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now Jones. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. Jameis to throw it. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Winston. Evans has it left side. A gain of 32 that time.
That could not have been timed out any better, and that's exactly what receivers want. The ball in their hands as quick as possible allows them to catch it at full speed and take off and go. And how about the end result there? Big-time run after catch yardage. That rack yardage is so valuable for any offense.
Now they'll toss to Jones running left. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. 2nd down, Winston. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs. Now Jones. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Von Bell up to make the tackle. They'll try to throw now. Winston forced out to his left. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. To throw, Winston. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Bucs are going to take the lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Going up top. That's caught at the 25. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 63 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the red zone now, Newton. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Traquan Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Lux with the extra point, and we are tied at 21. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop the...
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 43 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the red zone now, Winston. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Alex Okafor. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Flushed out right. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. He is tough to bring down, Jameis Winston. Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too, and you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of the beauty.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bucs are going to take the lead. And it's up and good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And there he goes again. 30, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Boston Scott officially with a return of 108 yards. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
Again, Overburn, I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games at a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Winston now to throw on first down. Buying time to his left. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Out of the pistol to give to Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Back now here live in New Orleans. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th.
Let's convert. Johnny! 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Green, Trevor C.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Looking downfield for Godwin. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Hey.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Shreds the tackle. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quan Alexander leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
On second down, here's Newton. He's going to let this one go. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way to the opposite 45. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving Day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them. When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
To throw on second down is Newton. Oh, no, he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Third and long, it's Newton. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Jason Pierre-Paul coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's it, baby.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go, let's convert.
They'll go again to Jones. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Winston to Godwin on the connection there for a Tampa Bay first. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
They'll try to run some clock now with Jones. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Again, it's Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The Bucs want Jones to take this running back job and run with it, literally and figuratively, as he's back there on first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And the Saints signal for another timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They're looking to throw this. Winston. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there. And in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. And with very little time left on the play clock, Pete Carroll's going to call timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a